So here we will be discussing of course, the definition of terms, mass, volume, and flow rate, chemical composition, mixtures, and pressure and temperature. So process. Process is any operation or series of operation by which a particular objective is accomplished. So, kagaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, like for example, gusto kong mag-concentrate ng aking solution, ng aking juice solution. So, paano ko siya mako-concentrate? Idadaan ko siya, for example, sa evaporator para ma-remove yung water. Tapos, tumaas yung percent solids. Yan. And sa process, kailangan meron tayong tinatawag na input or feed. Kunwari, ito yung process natin. Meron tayo dyan ipapasok na input. Input can be pwedeng isa, pwedeng dalawa, pwedeng tatlo, kung gaano kadami yan. Then, meron tayong process unit. For example, ito is evaporator. So, alam natin kapag evaporator, ang output niya is, meron siya nag-evaporate na, for example, water. Tapos, meron siyang product na concentrated solution. So, yan. Then yun, pwede din ang ating process is multiple process siya. For example, ito is dadaan ulit ng, sabihin natin na crystallization. For example lang. Yan. Tapos meron tayo panibagong, yung output mo dun sa una, siya naman yung input mo sa pangalawa. Yan. So, ito yung example natin. So, yung input natin, may kanya-kanya siyang variable. We have the temperature, pressure, flow rate, and composition. Then, yung process natin, may certain temperature and pressure din siya. Then, yung output natin, meron siyang process variable din na temperature, pressure, flow rate, and composition. So what is the role, or what are the roles of chemical engineer in a processing company or manufacturing company? So as a chemical engineer, we are to design and operate a process and all equipment which must produce product at a designated rate and which specified characteristics. Also, we are responsible for maintaining the economic competitiveness of the process by identifying cost-cutting measures that reduce the use of raw materials or energy. Hindi tayo pwedeng gumawa ng isang product na mas mahal pa yung magagastos natin kaysa sa ipagbibili natin product. For example, I will be selling ano ba, kunwari alcohol. Ang market price ng alcohol, for example, is 50 pesos per 1,000 ml, for example. Then ang cost natin or yung mga variable cost, fixed cost, ganyan is nasa 75 pesos per 1,000 ml. So hindi ko, as a chemical engineer, kailangan dapat kailangan cost effective yung ating process. Hindi palugi yung kumpanya kapag mas mataas yung nagastos natin kaysa mapapagbentahan. And also, we embark on a troubleshooting exercise to find the problem at times when the process may function poorly. So, yun nga, yung kumbaga we need to troubleshoot kung ano man yung mga naging abnormalities, ano yung mga kailangan pang i-improve sa process para mas maging efficient at saka ma-maximize natin yung mga materials natin. Then, the bottlenecking at times when market conditions may dictate a production rate greater than that which can be accommodated by the existing equipment at the current operating condition. And also turn down when production rate needs to be reduced. So, as a chemical engineer, hindi lang din tayo basta gagawin yung ganito, ganyan. Meron din part na decision making. Kailangan natin mag-decide ano ba yung mas feasible, ano ba yung mas yun nga, yung cost effective, yung mas okay yung quality, hindi natin i-compromise yung environment, ganyan. So, yun yung mga role ng chemical engineer. Or kapag kayo is naging chemical engineer na pwede kayong sa manufacturing company, pwede kayo sa processing plant, or sa kahit or sa pharmaceutical, ganyan. So, you have a lot of options and industry na pwedeng pasukan. Okay, so going back to process variables, so we have the mass, volume, and flow rate, chemical composition, pressure, mixtures, and temperature. So kay mass and volume muna tayo. So si volume is the amount of space something takes up. So kanina nga nabanggit natin na yung volume natin, ang mga unit natin dito is in cubic centimeter, liter, cubic meter, gallons, ano pa ba, quarts, yan. So, yun yung iba't ibang unit natin ng volume. Then, mass naman is the amount of matter in an object, how heavy something is. So, gaano kabigat yon regardless na kung gaano siya kalaking size. Kasi si volume kasi, pwedeng mas malaki yung size niya, magaan naman siya. So, si volume naman is yung kung gaano yung space na nakukuha niya sa isang location. While si mass naman is yung gaano ka bigat. So tatandaan natin volume is a derived quantity while mass is a fundamental quantity. So volume is yun nga. So anong relationship ni mass at volume? Mass over volume is yung ating density. Okay? So, ito lang yung tatandaan nyo. Kapag kailangan nyo si density, mass over volume. Kapag kailangan nyo si mass, density times volume. Kapag kailangan nyo si volume, mass over density. So, yung density naman natin, siya yung mass per unit volume ng substance natin. While sa specific volume, volume occupied by a unit mass of the substance. So, specific volume natin is, ang unit natin dito is cubic meter per kg. Yan. Specific gravity, ratio of the density of the substance to the density of a reference substance. Mostly kasi ang ginagamit natin na density ng reference substance natin is water, which is yung density niya is 1 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Kaya kataasan, yung density specific gravity natin, same number lamang siya. Okay, so example natin. Calculate the density of a mercury in pound mass per cubic feet having a specific gravity of 13.546 at 20 degrees Celsius and calculate the volume in cubic feet occupied by 215 kilogram of mercury. So, ang kailangan natin is, una is density, then pangalawa is volume. So, ang density ng mercury daw in cubic feet in pound mass per cubic feet, kung merong specific gravity na 13.546 at 20 degree Celsius. So, sabi natin, ang specific gravity is ratio ng density ng substance, which is yung mercury, over density ng reference natin. Kapag hindi minention yung reference, kadalasan water siya. So, in English unit, ang density ng water is 62.43 pound per cubic feet. Tandaan. Okay, so ngayon, para makuha si density ng mercury, kailangan nating i-multiply si Sg times density ng reference number. So, 13.546 times yung ating density ng water or yung ng reference natin, which is 62.43 pound per cubic feet. Paki-check kung tama ang sagot natin. 845.67 pound per cubic feet. So, nakuha na natin si density. Kunin naman natin yung volume occupied by 215 kilogram of mercury. So, since ang binigay sa atin is in pound per cubic feet, kailangan natin siyang ilipat into SI which is kilogram para makuha natin yung cubic feet. So, volume ang kailangan natin. Ano nga kapag volume? Mass over density. So, ito yung mass natin at ito yung ating density. So, ang kailangan lang natin is i-convert si 215 kilograms into pound mass. So, ito yung conversion niya, 0.454. kilogram or kung gusto niyo naman 215 kilogram times 2.2 over 1. Gano'n din 'yan. 2.2 over 1 is 1 over 0.454. So, same lang siya. Then saka natin siya i-divide sa kanyang density. Yan, cancel out kilogram, cancel out pound. Ang matitira is cubic feet. So, ano magiging sagot natin dyan?
0.56 po. 0.56 feet, cubic feet.
Okay, 56 cubic feet. Nasundan? Okay. So, next natin. Based from the previous example, what volume would the mercury occupy at 100 degrees Celsius? Kasi given to 20 degrees Celsius, diba? So, ngayon naman is yung volume yung hinihingi sa atin. So, use the equation below. So, yung equation natin is volume natin is equal to V sub 0 times 1 plus 0.18882 times 10 raised to negative 3t plus 0.078 times 10 raised to negative 60 square. So, kunin muna natin yung ang magiging V sub O natin dyan is yung volume natin at 20 degrees Celsius. So, alam naman natin na 0.56 ang volume natin at 20 degrees Celsius. So, ilagay na natin siya dyan. Then, isolve na natin yung V natin at 100 degrees Celsius. So, substitute nyo lang yung mga value. Ano ang lalabas natin? Okay, so yung volume natin at 20 degrees Celsius, 0.56. So para makuha si V sub 0, sorry, so, mali yung sabi ko kanina. Kunin natin siya using yung volume at 20 degrees Celsius. So kung ano muna yung ating V sub O? 1 plus 0.18882 times 10 raised to 3 times 20 plus 0.0078 times 10 raised to negative 6 times 20 square. Itong kabuuang ito, yan, i-divide nyo siya sa 0.56 para makuha natin yung VO. Ano makukuha yung VO? Ano makukuha natin VO? .56 divided by 1 plus 0.18882 times 10 raised to negative 3 times 20 plus 0.078 times 10 raised to negative 6 times 20 square. Ano ang ating VO? Then, pag nakuha natin si VO, yun naman yung i-times natin sa 1 plus 0.18882 times 10 raised to negative 3. guys. Lang. Sorry, wala akong calculator, hindi ko 'to na ano yung VO natin? 20 square. Zero, zero, two, six. Guys, yung iba, anong sagot? Hello guys, anong sagot niyo? VO muna, VO. Okay, 1.7922. Then, yun yung gamitin yung VO para ma-solve yung volume natin at 100 degrees Celsius. Ano lalabas natin yung volume? Dapat ang lalabas natin sagot is 0.568. Napalabas ba? Ano nakuha niyong VO? Sa'kin ay 0.55979. Okay. So, ang VO natin is 0.55979,469. So, around na ganyan. Then, kapag ginamit natin dito, kapag minultiply natin sa 1 plus 0.1818 2 times 10 raised to negative 3 times 100 plus 0.07078 times 10 raised to negative 6 times 100 square. Ano ang lalabas nating volume at 100 degrees Celsius? Okay, 0.568 cubic feet. So, na-gets? Huwag malilito ha. Ang gagawin kasi natin dito is, yung sagot natin dito na 0.559 ang i-divide natin dito. Sorry, yung 1.0 something ata to, 1.00 ganyan. Yan, kaya may makukuha tayong value na 0.559. Na-gets? Nasundan? Okay. So, sa mass and volume din, may iba't iba din tayong tinatawag dito scale. Meron tayong API scale, brick scale, twaddle scale, bomb scale. So, nandyan naman yan. I think nasa Paris din to. Or kung wala man is bibihira naman to. Minsan given pa din. Okay, so let's proceed kay flow rate. So, flow rate is the rate at which a material is transported through a process line. And the rate at which a material is transported through a process line is the flow rate of that material. So, for example, ito yung ating process. May papasok dyan na input. So, ang input dyan is kapag continuous yung output natin, for example, 100 kilogram per hour or 50 grams per second, ganyan. So, yun yung tinatawag nating flow rate. And kapag flow rate, pwede siyang i-express using mass flow rate. Pag mass flow rate is mass over time. So, kadalasan yun nga yung kilogram per second, kilogram per hour, kilogram per minute, pound per minute, yan. Pwede din naman molar flow rate. So, si molar flow rate naman is mole per time. So, mole per second, kilomole per hour, ganyan. Pwede din naman siya in terms of volume or yung volumetric flow rate natin. So, Q dot naman siya. So, volume per time, pwedeng liter per second, cubic meter per hour, yan. Pwede din namang mass velocity or yung G. So, mass flow over cross-sectional area of flow naman siya. So, ito is kilogram per, for example, diameter ng pipe, per square meter, ganyan. So, ito yung relationship ng mass flow rate, volumetric flow rate, at molar at density. Kung kailangan natin ng volumetric flow rate, ang gagawin lang natin is yung velocity natin, minsan kasi is yun lang yung ginigiven in meter per second. Tapos, yung area or yung diameter ng pipe natin, kunwari in square meter naman, makukuha na natin si volumetric flow rate. Para naman makuha si mass flow rate, kung ang given naman is si area, syempre, kadalas binibigay dyan diameter, di ba? Area, density, at saka velocity. So, si area is square meter, density is in kilogram. So, tutuhan to. Kilogram times meter, cubic meter. Then si velocity is in meter per second. So, makakancel out yung mga meter dyan. Matitira is kilogram per second. So, kapag naman ang given naman is si volumetric flow rate and density alone lang, so pag pinag-multiply naman siya, makukuha natin si mass flow rate. Nasundan? Ito lang yung tatandaan nyo dyan. Paiikot-ikutin lang natin yung mga dimension para makapag-cancel out tayo. For example natin, the mass flow rate of N-hexane with density of 0.659 gram per cubic centimeter in a pipe is 6.59 gram per second. So, si 6.59 gram per second ay siya si mass flow rate. Ito is density. So, what is the volumetric flow rate of the hexane? Meron ba dito? Ang hinahanap sa atin is volumetric flow rate given tayo ng mass at saka density. Volumetric flow rate. Ito. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Ang hinahanap ay volumetric flow rate. So, si Q. So, i-divide natin si density kay mass. So, ito siya, 6.59 gram per second divided by yung density which is 0.659 gram per cubic cm. So, cancel out gram, matitira is cubic cm per second. Anong sagot natin? Guys.
10 cubic centimeter per second po.
Okay, 10 cubic centimeter per second. So, nasundan? Okay, so another example. The volumetric flow rate of carbon tetrachloride in a 1 centimeter diameter pipe is 100 cubic centimeter per minute. Given that molecular weight of carbon tetrachloride is 153.838 and density of carbon tetrachloride is 1.595 gram per cubic centimeter. So, ang question is, what is the mass flow rate? So, meron tayong binigay sa atin na volumetric flow rate, meron tayong density. So, ano sabi natin? Mass is volumetric times density. So, 100, guys pala, bago kayo mag-proceed sa solving proper, i-check nyo muna kung magkakaparehas na sila ng unit ha, or yung magkakalapit na unit na. So, in this case, volumetric flow rate is in cm cube per minute. Ang density natin is in gram per cm cube. So, may makukuha tayo dyan gram per minute. So, 100 times 1.595. Ano ang ating mass flow rate? $100 times 1.595. Guys. Okay, 159.5 gram per minute. Okay. Nagets? Same ba na sagot? Okay, so molar flow rate naman. Sabi sa atin, molar flow rate is mole per time. So, meron tayo dyang binigay na molecular weight. So, kung may mass flow rate na tayo na gram per minute, pwede natin siyang i-divide sa molecular weight para makakuha tayo ng molar flow rate. So, 159.5 gram per minute divided by 153.838 gram per mole. Ano makukuha nating molar flow rate? Guys, 159.5 divide 153.838. Anong sagot natin? Okay, 1.03 mole of carbon tetrachloride per minute. How about linear velocity? So, ang pagkuha natin ng linear velocity, meron tayong, kasama ba siya dito? Ito, pwede to. Velocity, ito. Kasi meron tayong mass flow rate. Or pwedeng dumiretso tayo dito kasi giniven di ba yung volumetric flow rate niya? Q is equal to AB. So, let's try to solve that. Q is equal to AB. Ito kasi is, gumamit tayo ng mass. Yan, AV. So, Q over A is equal to linear velocity. So, ang area natin, saan natin kukunin? May giniven ba na area? Guys? May given ba tayo na area?
Wala po, pero pwede po natin gamitin yung binigay na sa diameter pipe po.
Okay, very good. So, itong 1 cm diameter pipe, pwede natin to gamitin para makakuha tayo ng area. Since siya ay pipe, alam natin na area ng circle ang gagamitin natin. Area ng circle is pi d square over 4. So, gamitin natin itong 100 cm cube per minute. Yung volumetric flow rate. 100 cm cube per minute. Para hindi na tayo gagamit ng density. Over yung area niya, which is pi times 1 cm square over 4 or 1/4. 1/4 na lang siya. Ano makukuha nating velocity? (127.32 cm). Okay. So, same lang siya kapag ang ginamit nating formula is yung mass flow rate over area times density. So, in this case, pwede natin siyang isolve ng using dalawang approach. Yung volumetric over area o kaya is yung mass over area times density. Na-gets? Huwag kayong ma-overwhelm agad sa mga unit-unit na ganyan ha. Kaya yang isolve, okay? Okay, let's proceed sa chemical composition naman. So sa chemical composition, excuse me, we will be discussing the moles and molecular weight. I hope very familiar na kayo dito. Mass and mole fractions, average molecular weight, concentration, or kung yung parts per million, parts per billion, kung madi-discuss pa natin to. Then, moles and molecular weight. So, atomic weight of an element is the mass of an atom on a scale that assigns. And molecular weight of a compound is the sum of the atomic weights of the atom that constitute a molecule of the compound. So, for example, ano ang molecular weight ng oxygen gas? Sige nga, oxygen gas, ano ang molecular weight? Sum of the atomic weights. O, carbon muna. Ano ang molecular weight ng carbon? Yung mga basic na element, dapat familiar kayo sa para hindi na lagi magbabrowse ng Paris or ng periodic table. Okay, 12 gram per, naiwan? 12 gram per mole. Okay. Or 12.01 to be, para mas precise. How about oxygen gas? Pag sinabi nating oxygen, oxygen atom, O lang. Kapag oxygen gas, O2. So, ang O2 is 32. Okay, 32 gram per mole. Correct. Since ang molecular weight ng oxygen atom is 16, then times 2, 32. So, familiar naman kayo. Then, a gram mole of a species is the amount of that species whose mass in grams is numerically equal to its molecular weight. And molecular weight may thus be used as a conversion factor that relates the mass and the number of moles of quantity of the substance. So tatandaan din, Avogadro's number is 6.02 times 10 raised to 23. So siya si Avogadro's number. Okay, so proceed tayo sa example. How many of each of the following are contained in 100 gram of carbon dioxide? So meron tayong given na 100 gram of carbon dioxide. Ano ang molecular weight niya? Carbon dioxide, 1 atom of carbon, 2 atoms of oxygen. Ano ang molecular weight? (44.01 gram per mole). Okay. So proceed tayo. Since meron tayong molecular weight na 44.01, ang unang tanong is mole ng carbon dioxide. So 100 gram of carbon dioxide, i-divide lang natin siya sa 44.01. Ano makukuha nating mole of carbon dioxide? 2.27 moles. Okay, correct. Then, proceed tayo sa pound moles of carbon dioxide. So, ito lang yung kanyang conversion factor. 453.6 mole is equivalent to 1 pound mole. So, yung 2.273, i-divide lang natin sa 453.6. Tatandaan nyo itong conversion na to ha. Kasi madalas, ang given is in English, pinapahanap is in SI or vice versa. Ganyan. Ano ang ating value in pound moles of carbon dioxide? 2.27 divide 453.6. Okay, 5.011 times 10 raised to negative 3 pound mole of carbon dioxide. And number 3, mole of carbon. Sabi, ang ating carbon dioxide ay may 1 atom of carbon. Meaning, kung 2.273 mole of carbon dioxide meron tayo, 1 mole of carbon per 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So, same lang din na 2.273 mole of carbon. Nasundan? How about mole ng oxygen? Oxygen atom lang ha. So, kay number 4, since mole ng oxygen ang hinahanap, CO2, meron tayong 2 moles ng oxygen kada 1 mole of carbon dioxide. So, 2.273 times 2 mole of oxygen per 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Anong ating sagot? 4.45 moles of oxygen. How about moles of oxygen gas? Oxygen gas is O2. So, sa bawat isang carbon dioxide, may isang mole lang din ng oxygen gas. So, anong sagot natin? 2.273 moles. Okay, so nagets ha kapag moles ng oxygen at moles ng oxygen gas. Huwag malilito sa dalawa. Then grams ng oxygen. So yung nakuha natin kanina na 4.546 mole, i-multiply lang natin sa molecular weight ng oxygen, which is 16. So 4.546 times 16, anong sagot natin? Okay, 72.736 grams. Okay, of oxygen. How about grams ng oxygen gas? Kung mapapansin nyo guys, kanina sa oxygen, ang gamit lang natin na molecular weight ay 16 gram. Pagdating kay oxygen gas, huwag malilito, oxygen gas is 32 gram per mole. So, 2.273 times 32, 72.7 grams of oxygen gas. Then, number 8, molecules of carbon dioxide. We have 2.273 moles of carbon dioxide. Sabi natin, Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 raised to 23 molecules per 1 mole. Ano ang sagot natin? Ilang molecules of carbon dioxide meron tayo? Okay, 1.368 times 10 raised to 24 molecules. Okay? Nagets? Nasundan? Yan. Sige. So, wala na tayong magiging problema sa molecules, moles, molecular weight. Carry na. Okay, let's proceed kay mass and mole fractions. So, process streams consist of mixtures of liquids, gases, or solutions or one or more solutes. So, kapag mass fraction, tatandaan fraction, XA, kadalasan ginagamit natin kapag mass is yung letter X. XA is equal to mass of A over total mass. Kunwari, meron ako dyang A, B, C. So, ang mass fraction ko ng A is A over A plus B plus C. Nagets? Kung ang kukunin ko namang mass fraction is mass fraction ni B, edi B over A plus B plus C. Nakuha? So, pwede siyang unitless or wala siyang unit, pwede siyang sabihin natin na kilogram of A per kilogram of total. Or gram of A per gram of total, ganyan. Then, kapag mole fraction naman, we use letter Y. So, mole fraction ni A is mole of A over total moles ni A plus B plus C. So, pwede siyang in kilomole of A per kilomole total, pound moles of A per pound mole total, ganyan. Nasundan? Okay, so let's try this example. A solution contains 15% A by mass, meaning ang mass fraction niya is 0.15 and 20 mole percent B. YB is 0.2. So first is to calculate the mass of A in 175 kilogram of solution. So mass of A, XA is equal to mass of A, ito pala. Mass of A per 175 kilogram of solution. So, para makuha natin si mass, of A, kailangan nating i-multiply si XA kay total mass. So, ang XA natin is 0.15 kilogram A per kilogram solution times mass, total mass natin 175. Ano makukuha nating mass ni A? 26.25 kilogram of A. Okay. Letter B, calculate the mass flow rate of A in stream of solution flowing at a rate of 53 pounds per hour. So, ang solution natin is 53 pounds per hour. Yan yung pumasok. So, ang kailangan natin is mass flow rate lang ni A. So, kung meron tayong mass fraction na 0.15, 53 pounds per hour, i-divide lang natin, i-multiply lang natin doon sa mass fraction niya na 0.15. 53 times 0.15, ano makukuha natin sagot? £7.95. So, ibig sabihin, sa pumapasok na solution na 53 pounds per hour, 7.95 pounds doon ay si letter A. Nasundan? Okay. Letter C, calculate the molar flow rate of B in a stream flowing at a rate of 1,000 mole per minute. So, kung meron daw ako na stream na or solution na nagfo-flow at 1,000 mole per minute, ano naman daw ang molar flow rate ni B? Parang same lang dito dun sa ating letter B na tanong. So, imumultiply lang natin yung molar flow rate ni B, which is 0.2, dun sa mole per minute natin, sa 1,000 mole per minute natin. So, 1,000 times 0.2. Anong sagot natin? 200 mole of B per minute. So, sa kada 1,000 mole per minute na solution, 200 mole per minute doon ay si letter or si component B. Okay? Then, letter D, calculate the total solution flow rate that corresponds to a molar flow rate of 28 kilomole B per second. So kung meron daw pumapasok na 28 kilomole B per second at si 28 kilomole B per second na yon is 0.2 or 20% ng solution, ano daw yung molar flow rate ng buong solution? So 28 mole of B per second is i-divide natin naman siya doon sa molar sa mole fraction niya. Tatandaan, kapag ang hinahanap sa atin is yung molar, yung total solution flow rate, yung molar fraction natin, i-divide natin dun sa mole ng letter B natin. So 28 divide 0.2, ano makukuha natin? (140 kmol of solution per second. Huwag kalilimutan ang unit na second. May second pa to. Okay? Since ang hinahanap sa atin is rate. Pag rate, naka per time. Nagets? Pero kung sinabi naman dyan is calculate the total solution flow rate per second. So kung binigay naman na per second, so pwede ang sagot naman natin is 140 kmol lang, ganyan. Then last, calculate the mass of the solution that contains 300 pound of A. So, kagaya sabi natin kanina, kung sa, nasa na yun? Kung sa 53 pounds per hour, ang 7.95 doon ay si A. Kung si A naman daw ay 300 pounds, ano naman daw ang mass ng solution natin? So, same thing lang kay D. 300 divide 0.15. Anong sagot natin? 2,000 pounds of solution. Nagets? Nasundan? Okay, so mixtures naman tayo. Last topic na patapos na to. So mass concentration is mass concentration of a component of a mixture or solution is the mass of this component per unit volume of mixture. So mass concentration is pwede siyang gram per cubic cm, pound mass per cubic feet. So mass over volume lamang din ito. Then kapag molar concentration naman, so sa halip na mass mo, giging mole lang. Mole per cubic cm, pound mole per cubic feet, and others. So molality, moles of solute per kilogram solvent, small letter M. Molarity, capital M, moles of solute per liter ng solution. Huwag malilito ha. Molality, kilogram solvent. Kung ako ay meron ditong salt and water, kunwari ay 20 kg salt, 80 kg solvent, water, total niya is 100. Ang molality ko is, 20 moles of A over 20 moles of A, 80 moles of, sabi natin na water, which is yung solvent natin. Ang molality ko is 20 over 80, hindi 20 over 100. Nasundan? Kilogram ng, 80 kilogram yung kanina, 80 kilogram ng solvent. So, tatandaan, molality, moles per kg, molarity, moles per liter. Nasundan? Then normality naman, molarity times number of equivalents. So, ang equivalents natin, kapag acid, number of replaceable H+, kapag base, number of replaceable OH negative, kapag salt, number of positive or negative valence. So, for example, hydrochloric acid, ilan yung number of equivalents natin? Hydrochloric acid, HCl, ilang F or ilang number of equivalents? Hydrochloric acid is considered as acid. So, ang number of replaceable H+ niya is HCl. Anong sagot? Guys, 1. Okay, kasi meron lang tayong 1 hydrogen ion dyan. How about Sulfuric acid. H2SO4. Ilan ang number of equivalents natin? 2. Okay. So, 2 atoms of hydrogen tayo. How about sodium hydroxide? Sodium hydroxide is, ano ang kanyang chemical formula? Sodium hydroxide. Chemical formula ng sodium hydroxide is Na, sodium, OH. Ilan ang number of equivalents niya? Sodium hydroxide, since siya ay base, number of replaceable, OH negative. So, ito tayo. Ilan yan? 1. Okay. How about calcium hydroxide? Ano ang chemical formula ni calcium hydroxide? Sige nga. Who can give me the chemical formula of calcium hydroxide? Okay, calcium, OH, then 2. So, ilan ang number of equivalents? Okay, 2 din. How about naman, sa salts naman tayo, potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is chemical formula KCl. So, ilang replaceable, ano tayo doon? Or sorry, ilan yung number of equivalents? KCl is isa lang. Okay? Since yung iisa yung number of positive natin dyan. Since or naman to, hindi natin i-add yung 1 kay potassium, 1 kay chloride ha. So, either or naman yan. Okay, na gets? Gets ba? So, itong example, isasama ko na lang as your problem sets ha. Yan. So, last na yung pressure and temperature. So, pressure is the ratio of force to the area on which the force acts. Na-discuss natin ko to kanina dun kay Reynolds number. So, yung unit natin is Newton per meter square or siya si Pascal. Dyne per square centimeter or pound force per square inch or yung PSI natin. Ito naman is pound per square inch lang din. Yan. So, madami tayong unit ng pressure. Meron din tayong atmosphere. Ano pa ba? Ano pa nga yung isa? Atmosphere, Pascal. Meron pa ang isa. Kalimutan ko yung isa. Ay, ito nga ata yung PSI natin. Yan. Okay. So, yung pressure natin, meron tayong absolute pressure, may atmospheric pressure tayo, at meron tayong gauge pressure. So, ang absolute pressure ay equal lang siya sa atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure natin. So, ito din siya. So, i-detail na lang natin next time. The temperature is a measurement of the average kinetic energy possessed by the substance molecules. So, ang unit niya is pwedeng in Kelvin, degree Celsius, Rankine, and degree Fahrenheit. So, meron tayong iba't ibang different temperature measuring device. So, may mga resistance thermometer, thermocouple. Yung mga thermocouple, pag mga mataas ang temperature, kapag mga 300 plus na ganyan. Pyrometer, and yung common natin ginagamit is yung thermometer. So, do you have questions? May tanong ba? May unclear?